Today, Jolter, you get what you wish for.
Well, I wanted to say Jolter, but let's just get it on.
I'm JayMike, this is
I'm
Jolter.
Yes.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Christmas coming early. You mentioned how you've always wanted, you know, blackout boots. Give me some blackout boots.
And they listen. And they listen.
They listen. Nike listened. Not only did they introduce their new Tiempo Legend 7 early, they also gave it to you, there you go, man, in a blackout color.
Wow.
I know.
This is some good stuff.
I know.
This is the real deal.
This is the Darth Vader of football moves.
Listen, and yo, let me just put it like this. They listen to me all the way. I have talked about sole plates. Don't give me any graphics or like something. Just make it black.
And shiny. It's black and shiny.
Wow.
I mean,
and there's even a hint of gold in the insole.
I think it's orange though, but
I'm gonna call it gold.
We're gonna say it's
gold. It pops out as a gold in the middle of all this blackness.
Okay, but this is the new Tiempo. I mean, it takes over from the Legend 6, which I think we both like a lot. Yes. You got injured wearing it. Hopefully this is gonna give you a bit
Still
more
like I'm not blaming the boots.
but
that's the official statement.
But if we can go on to this, obviously, we're not gonna be able to, you know, say everything about the boot because it's not, you know, formally introduced yet. But we can give you, you guys out there, a few hints on about what's to come. Obviously, when you get the boots, these are made in 100 pairs only, worldwide, to go to people so they can kind of get a pre-taster of what the Legend is like. Obviously, it's black because, you know, they're not going to show you the release colorway yet. But what you get is a cool pair. This is number 84 out of 100. You can see
it's numbered.
It's numbered.
How nice is that?
You get this cool black box. You get a tech booklet, says Tiempo. You can actually see some of the tech stuff inside, which is pretty neat. There you go. And then, which is almost the coolest thing, you get this blackout boot bag where it says Nike Football Tiempo Black Platinum, and then you can write your number on it.
Where?
Down here. Property of Jolter, number 84. That's pretty cool. I don't know how
they should have included like a special pen. I can imagine people writing something and then it's gone in.
I only have like.
Don't even try and ruin it. But cool idea, nevertheless, you know?
Very cool idea.
But the main thing is, of course, the boot.
The boot, obviously.
We can kind of see, you know, people can see what's going on the, you know, toe box area.
Yes. Do you know what it is?
I don't, you know, you would have to tell me that.
Okay, so the big deal is that obviously there's flyknit on it. Finally it happened. There is flyknit on all 4 Nike boots. And it is on the, as you can see, on the part of the heel here. Basically running, it's been covered by a ton of inner liners and all that stuff, but it is flyknit. It runs all the way up to, let's say, round about here, and then
you can feel the tongue.
Yes, the tongue is then flyknit, so it's basically a bit like what we know from the Pure Chaos, where there's kind of like this inner sleeve of flyknit, and then, as you can see from the midfoot here, a bit further back on the inside, there's leather, kangaroo leather. And a really soft kangaroo leather, actually. It feels pretty good. And just like on the Legend 6, Nike have actually built it on this foam frame. So they have no stitches or seams or anything on the new Legend 7.
And no dynamic fit color, in case, you know, they didn't get it already.
Well, I mean, you know, imagine a dynamic fit color on this. That would be a travesty.
I know.
But I think, you know, it actually looks pretty good, and obviously it's gonna take a bit getting used to. I think it depends on what they do with the whole coloring of the split here between the leather and the knit.
Let's just put it like this: it's gonna be difficult for them to top this colorway, in my taste. I'm just dead serious. Like maybe if you put like a
gold trim around the swoosh,
or a gold swoosh.
Wow, okay, it's getting out of hand quickly here. Escalating stuff. Actually, also, they made a new sole plate. It's called, as we can see here, Hyper Stability. And I don't know if it reminds you of anything, Jolter. Apart from, you know, it being super shiny and all. Look at the studs. That's a hint.
I'm gonna say CTRs, the old CTRs.
Yeah, okay, I kind of get why though.
With the mix from the, you know, blades in the back and...
What they've done is they actually mixed a few conical studs with bladed studs. As you know, the Legends of the past primarily had conical studs, but we've gotten a few more bladed studs here for the stability, especially in the heel. And then we have the you know, differently shaped studs that we also see on the Hypervenom to give it a bit more bite, even though it's a conical. It's not gonna be much. Let's be honest,
yo, listen. I don't know if you can see. There's like these little. It's popping out a little bit more on some areas.
Yeah.
And like. Seriously, guys.
It's not gonna turn you into Usain Bolt.
Wow. This is the stuff I mean. This is a conical stud, and don't give me any like it's gonna help you when you turn like this. It's a conical stud.
Man, you sound like a grumpy old man sometimes.
I'm just like stating my opinion because like seriously, it's not gonna make it. But what did you refer to? Like, was it the old CTRs?
I was thinking Hypervenom.
Yeah?
Because of the you know the shape of the tip of the studs.
Ah, okay.
And the Hypervenom blade is also.
I'm thinking about the whole thing in general, like with the mix.
Yeah, maybe you know you don't get the the circle under the midfoot that you got on the CTRs. But never mind, hyper stability, and this is basically the boot. And then there is this. I don't know if you can take the paper out of the boot and put your hand inside, and you can feel there's some mesh on the inside. The thing is that this mesh is actually pretty brilliant. He's called, oh, he's going in. The master of the dark arts.
They call me Snape.
I want to see you with the Snape hair though. That's bound to look pretty frightening. Anyways, on the inside here, you can feel the mesh. Try and feel that it's disconnected from the leather itself.
Yes.
It feels like it's actually
out of place almost, like
It's called fit mesh, and it's actually pretty brilliant. Just like on the Puma Evo Touch, it's not connected to the leather, but this is actually, these Chinese finger traps that you got as a kid. When you put them together, you can get your fingers out. If you pull because you want to get your fingers out, it only tightens.
No. Okay. But that reminds me of something completely else. Oh, I'm sorry.
Kids are watching this.
I just had to say it. Well, I get your point anyways.
Okay, I made this thing in another video and didn't see the reference at all. Thanks for ruining it for me, man. Anyway, fit mesh, it's basically designed so that when, the more pressure is applied to it, the tighter it gets. So basically, it's there to make sure your foot is kept in place without the leather having to do any of the work. Which means that they in turn could give you some softer leather because it doesn't have to be as stiff to keep the integrity of the boot. There's other stuff taking care of that.
That's pretty interesting because when you feel it with your fingers,
it
feels like a mistake.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, when you put your toes in and then, it's not like perfectly sitting there.
Yes.
It's gonna be uncomfortable.
I know
you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
That's what it feels like.
But that's the thing, so when you're not, when you don't need the extra pressure, when you don't, twist and turn and all that stuff, it's just gonna be there, it's just gonna be comfortable, and then it's gonna tighten up. At least that's what Nike say when you're gonna twist and turn. But initially when I saw this, and when I saw, the launch colorway and all that stuff, you guys are gonna see that pretty soon. It looks rather good, I'd say, but when I saw that, I was like,
You're not feeling it?
I think the whole split between the leather and the flyknit, it looks a bit, it really depends on what they're going to do with the colorways. Because it does look a bit...
Also, you're concerned about the looks.
I think it looks a little bit chunky,
I think it looks super nice. But let's just talk performance. Like, when you put this on, go over to the pitch. What do you think? Because to me, this looks like a brilliant boot.
It looks like
it looks wide, first of all. The toe box looks wide. As the Tiempo has always been accommodating for wide-footed players. Like the only struggle in the recent models has been actually getting in because of the thing here.
But that is why they put the flyknit color there.
And now with the flyknit, it stretches more right away.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
So even the Joltter Titanic foot can get in there.
Listen, that's good. And I like that they kept the upper clean. Even though I do like to have some the Red Bull is kicking in. Even though I do also like to have some, elements or whatever.
Yes.
But this is cool. And you still get all these little bumps
Yeah, there's some texture.
That can potentially help.
The leather feels good.
Yeah, there's a nice texture.
It feels like it's gonna, you know, keep some sort of shape to the boot, so the leather doesn't overstretch. Yeah. Despite there being no stitches. And I think the leather feels actually pretty soft. So if you can you know, break it in properly.
If you give it some love, it's gonna be
get
even
it to
better.
soften up. Yeah. And you know, if there's good stability in the heel counter, we've got, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there are some, you know, parts in the heel that feel pretty good, I'd say, and it feels rather stable. So if it can perform, I think, you know, especially with the fit mesh, I'm really excited to try that out. I think we have a pretty good boot on our hands here, despite, you know, my initial sensation. But this is a size US 11, so it's, you know, it's bigger than my, you know, forehead, which is big. So obviously when it's gonna come in a should we say kid size, JayMike size, US 7, it's gonna be a little bit better. But comparing these to Joltter, the older Legend models, let's just have a look at the Legend 6 here. It's pretty easy to see this is a normal size boot, guys, by the way. For us. It's easy to see that somehow the foam shape it's bigger and it's more protruded and it's more significant, you know, and the leather feels, arguably, it feels softer.
Yes.
This is more, has got a more matte coating.
Yes.
This is a bit more, you know, shiny and sticky. I think this feels more like proper leather, better leather than what is on the 6.
Listen, I'm not joking. Like, I honestly, initial reaction would be like, if you give me these two boots,
yeah,
I would take this over the older Tiempo, you know?
I think that, you know, the older Tiempo looks-wise is better because I really like the whole blocking on the heel and, you know, the lining around the swoosh and all that stuff. But, you know, in terms of materials and I think the fit, I haven't tried it. Our photographer has tried it and he says it's magnificent, brilliant, utterly awesome. And I can imagine, I think, you know, if you get the flyknit, the low-cut flyknit sock, beautiful K-leather forefoot, I don't see what's not to like, honestly.
I 100% agree with you.
And you know, moving on from, you know, just, the Legend 5 was a good boot, and I think it actually looked rather cool too. So that's, again, maybe a bit of a step back. I'm not that sold on the looks, based on a Blackout boot, obviously, but, you know, moving away from all the stitches in the forefoot to actually having a stitchless, seamless upper, just K-leather love. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's it. Listen, this is a no-nonsense boot.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that almost anybody would enjoy these, you know? Unless you have really maybe super narrow feet and you like your speed boots. Then maybe this is not the one for you.
But this is actually, and I'm not gonna say how light it is. I'm gonna say that in my tech talk, but also, this is ridiculously light.
It feels lightweight, but you know,
I
don't care what the number is, but you know, all the boots nowadays are relatively.
But you're gonna be surprised. Like really surprised. How much would you say? How much would you say? Over or under 200 grams?
Oh, then I'm gonna say under. If you're that excited, then it has to be under 200 grams.
We're just gonna leave it at that. We're just gonna leave it. Any final thoughts on the Tiempo Legend 7 Black? What did they call it? It said here Black Platinum. Wow, Black Platinum. That's a cool name.
It's a pretty cool name.
Black Platinum. And apparently the name has now changed to Tiempo. With the O. Oh, okay. Never. Any last remarks, Joltter?
Last remarks. First of all, the best colorway anybody could ever ask for. Let's just be honest here, you know?
It looks good.
This is the Voldemort of football boots. and you know, just performance-wise, I'm really excited about the Tiempo.
Yes.
And you know, I still haven't played football in months.
Oh, you will.
So there are a lot of boots that I'm excited to still try.
Yes.
The Everpower Bigger is #1 on my list. But I have to say, Hypervenom 3.
This is going to be up there as well. I'm excited to try it out as well.
In all honesty, I'm almost more excited about this than the Hypervenom 3. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, for those people...
This is like my type of boot.
Who enjoy leather. I think this is going to be, you know, a really good thing. And, you know, with all the leather boots coming out this summer, I think the Legend is going to be a strong card. I was initially disappointed, but after feeling it in my hand, I cannot wait to try it.
And seriously, the upper is already softer after we've been like wiggling it.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Imagine 5 weeks of breaking in. Leather love. Joltter, though, sadly, we have not got any giveaways of the boot for today. But what we're gonna do is that when the Tiempo Legend 7, the proper one, comes out, we're gonna give away one of those. Obviously, you can't see it here, but you can win the regular, the launch colorway of the Tiempo Legend 7 by leaving us a very wicked first impression right down in the comment section below. Tell us.
And you have to be honest.
It has to be
If you don't like it, tell us why. Maybe you still win. Listen, I'm just saying.
We're all about honesty here, right?
Yes.
So let us know if you are on Team Voldemort, aka Team Dark Lord, aka Team Darth Vader, aka Team Jolter, or if you are, you want a little bit more color like myself. I also like black. Don't get me wrong. I love black, but it's not, I'm not getting all orgasmic about it like you do. So let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe by hitting the green bubble somewhere over our heads. Leave us a like if you had a good time, and Jolter, you know the rest.
Listen, share the video with the homies. They want to see this video. You know it. Just share it.
And with that,
that's it.
Yeah, we're signing off. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Peace out.